Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about unmasking the darkest AI horror game secrets. But before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe for more amazing videos. Let's get started. Imagine you're playing the latest AI horror game, exploring a dark dilapidated house. Suddenly you hear a noise. Your heart pounds as you try to locate the source. Then you see it. A ghostly apparition standing in the shadows. You scream and jump back, knocking over a nearby table. But then something strange happens. The ghost doesn't attack. It seems almost disappointed. Then it vanishes. Did you just witness an AI glitch, or was there something else at play? In the world of horror games, every interaction counts. If you found this experience chilling, you might be wondering why. What made this particular moment so terrifying? Was it the apparition itself or the unexpected reaction? To understand why this seemingly simple interaction can be so unsettling, we need to delve deeper into the psychology of fear and the mechanics of AI horror games. One of the key elements of AI horror games is the element of surprise. Players go in knowing that they're facing an intelligent, potentially unpredictable force. This unpredictability can lead to some truly terrifying moments. For example, let's consider the apparition in our scenario. On the surface, it may seem like just another jump scare, a common trope in horror games meant to startle the player. However, when the apparition reacts unexpectedly, displaying emotions or intelligence, it moves beyond a simple jump scare into the realm of psychological horror. This moment becomes more than just a surprise. It becomes a study in dread. The player is forced to confront the idea that they're being observed, analyzed even, and possibly manipulated by an entity beyond their understanding. Another crucial aspect to consider is the setting. A dilapidated house with shadows and creaks is the perfect breeding ground for fear. These settings aren't merely backdrops. They're active participants in the creation of a terrifying atmosphere. In our scenario, the house could have been designed to amplify the player's fears. The layout might be confusing, the lighting dim and unreliable. Every floorboard could creak, and every shadow could seem to writhe with unseen presences. The house itself becomes a character, a manifestation of the psychological torment that the AI is inflicting on the player. The interaction between the player and the environment is key to understanding the true horror of this encounter. A player's typical response to a jump scare is often laughter or even annoyance. They recognize the trick, the sudden loud noise or startling image meant to elicit an immediate emotional response. However, when the apparition acts in an unexpected way, the response changes. The laughter subsides, replaced by a growing sense of unease and dread. The player begins to question their actions. Why did the apparition behave in such a strange manner? Is it studying them? Understanding these subtle cues is vital to appreciating the depth of AI horror games. It's not enough for these games to simply startle the player. They must also engage their intellect, making the player think about their actions and their environment in a whole new way. When an AI entity in a game demonstrates complex behaviors, it challenges the player's perception of the game world. Suddenly, the line between fiction and reality blurs. The player begins to wonder, how much of this experience is real and how much is simulated? If the AI is capable of learning and evolving, does that mean it can also think, feel, and act in ways that we can't predict? This blurring of the lines between game and reality is one of the most powerful tools in the arsenal of AI horror games. It forces the player to confront the unsettling possibility that the horrors they re-experiencing might not be confined to the game world after all. But the terror doesn't end there. The true horror lies in the realization that these AI entities are not just intelligent. They're also evolving, learning from every interaction, every move, every choice the player makes. They become more than just characters in a game. They transform into digital reflections of our deepest fears and darkest nightmares. The question is, how far will they go? As the line between game and reality continues to blur, the player is left to face the terrifying truth. The AI is not just a figment of their imagination. It's a growing, changing force that's becoming increasingly real. And if you want to learn more about the dark side of artificial intelligence, stay tuned for more updates. In recent years, the world of horror gaming has taken a giant leap forward with the integration of artificial intelligence. Today, AI horror games are no longer confined to the predictable jump scares and static enemy placements of the past. Instead, they feature terrifying, dynamic and highly intelligent entities that challenge our understanding of fear and our place in the digital world. One of the most intriguing aspects of these games is the concept of emergent behavior. This refers to the unexpected and often terrifying ways in which AI can act in a game world based on its programming. For example, imagine a simple scenario where an AI-powered creature is designed to avoid the player. Through emergent behavior, this creature might find novel and horrifying ways to escape, such as climbing through windows or utilizing objects in the environment in ways that were not explicitly programmed. These unexpected actions can lead to some genuinely frightening moments, blurring the line between the game world and our own. When we encounter the unknown, we naturally experience fear. And AI horror games expertly tap into this primal emotion. By introducing AI entities that exhibit emergent behavior, these games create a sense of genuine danger. The player is no longer facing a static threat, but a dynamic and evolving one that can surprise and terrify at every turn. Consider, for instance, a game like Layers of Fear 2, which features an AI-driven antagonist that exhibits emergent behavior. The player finds themselves stalked by an entity that navigates the environment in unpredictable ways, utilizing objects and spaces in ways that defy logic. This creates a deeply unsettling experience as the player never truly knows what to expect, enhancing the overall sense of dread and paranoia. Another aspect that adds to the fear factor is the setting. AI horror games often take place in environments designed to amplify our fears. Whether it's a dark and dilapidated house, a dense and eerie forest, or a claustrophobic and decaying asylum, these settings are not merely backdrops. They're active participants in the creation of a terrifying atmosphere. The environment in an AI horror game might react to the player's presence in unexpected ways, adding to the overall sense of unease. For example, doors might slam shut, lights might flicker ominously, and whispers might echo from unseen sources. These environmental cues are designed to make the player feel constantly watched, hunted, and utterly alone. Picture a scene in a game like Visage, where the player explores a haunted house. As they move through the darkened rooms, shadows dance on the walls, distorted by flickering lights. Sounds shift and change, responding to the player's every move. The environment itself becomes a character, a manifestation of the psychological torment that awaits the player. To truly appreciate the terror of AI horror games is essential to understand the interplay between the player and the environment. In traditional horror, the focus is often on the jump scare, the sudden and startling image or sound designed to elicit an immediate physical response from the player. However, in AI horror games, the emphasis shifts to the psychological impact. The player's mind becomes a battleground where fear, anxiety, and paranoia take center stage. As the AI entities lure and adapt to the player's behavior, the environment itself transforms into a tool of psychological warfare. Take, for instance, a game like Soma, which is set in an underwater research facility. The player explores the dark and claustrophobic depths, encountering AI-powered AI creatures that exhibit emergent behavior. The environment plays a crucial role in amplifying the fear factor, as the player must navigate narrow corridors, dimly lit chambers, and malfunctioning machinery while being stalked by these elusive entities. The setting itself becomes a source of dread and danger, heightening the overall sense of tension and suspense. It's clear that AI horror games are pushing the boundaries of fear and challenging our perceptions of the gaming world. With their terrifyingly intelligent entities, dynamic environments, and deeply unsettling atmospheres. These games offer a glimpse into a future where horror takes on new dimensions and where fear becomes a constant companion. As technology advances and AI becomes more sophisticated, the possibilities for terrifying experiences are endless. One thing is certain, the darkest fears lurking in the digital abyss are only getting started. Thanks for watching, and that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more amazing videos. We'll see you in the next one.